today's episode of The Timeless Wisdom. I am your host, Obioma Bahati. Today we'll be talking with Dr. Chidi, the pastor of the house that Wisdom built, on the skill acquisition program of the church. Dr. Chidi, you're welcome to today's program.
Thank you.
You're a veterinary doctor by training. How come you are now a pastor?
Well, I trained as a veterinary doctor. However, at about 8-9 years old, I felt the call of God upon my life, and in the course of time, I responded to that call. So the cumulative result of that is that I ended up in ministry, and so I pastored a local church.
Wow. The House of Wisdom Built started the skill acquisition program in February 2015. It's been about a year. What was the motivation behind this program?
As a ministry, we started running productivity seminars as far back as, I think, 2000. And that continued faithfully. Every now and again, we ran things that had to do with skill training, but not as a mainstay and not something that was consistent. However, I think in 2014, I had a witness, or I had an instruction of God to start running the skill acquisition scheme, and then it became full-blown in 2015. From February 2015, then we started running it as a church consistently. So the skill acquisition skill program has been on since February of 2015.
All right. So how do you select the trainees? Do they have to do an exam, pay fees? How do you go about selecting the trainees that get enrolled into the skill acquisition scheme?
It's you don't need any exam or any training whatsoever. The skill acquisition scheme is open to anybody above 17 years old. And once you're above 17, you're free to enroll or free to register. And I think that's all it is. It costs nothing. We don't need any educational qualification, but it will, of course, be better, or it will be easier for you if you have some sort of learning, so that you are able to grasp what the instructors teach, because essentially they teach in English. I think that's about all.
Okay, let me take you back a bit. I heard you say that the pre-training is free.
Yes, it's free.
How do you get funding for such a capital-intensive program, if I may say?
Oh, well, I think we've been blessed as a ministry with a good congregation and also wonderful partners. So they support us with their finances and also in prayers. And so that has helped essentially fund the scheme. And it's been running smoothly since we started.
To people beyond the House of Wisdom Built?
Yes, sure. It's open to the public. Anybody who is interested, anybody who can make out the time is eligible to attend the classes.
It's free and it's open to everyone. So what courses do you offer in this skill acquisition scheme?
We have a host of courses, quite a number. I think readily off the cuff I can remember we have something on fashion design, we have something on hairstyling, both male and female. We have a class that deals with baking and confectionaries. We have computer-aided design, project management, graphic design, video editing. We have makeup artistry, music arts. We have movie art. We have singing, and then I think that's about all. About 12 or 13 courses, generally speaking.
Okay. So how would you say this class is structured? What's the assessment style? What is the duration of this program?
All right. The training is twofold. The first fold is the productivity training, which essentially we have done for many years. They are trained on things, on topics and subjects that help them enhance their person, their productivity, and also helps them maximize their resource. Now, that's the first one, and it's compulsory. Then the second training, the second format is the skill proper. So everybody attends the productivity training, and then after that training, the productivity training, they now break out into classes and groups where they are now trained in the specific skill interests that they are involved with. And at the close of that, we have exams for the two training sets and also project presentation. Now, upon passing those exams and meeting 90% attendance, they get a certificate of participation for the training.
This is a Timeless Wisdom, the House of Wisdom Built broadcast. We've been talking with Dr. Chidi, the pastor of the House that Wisdom Built, on the skill acquisition program of the church. It is an initiative of the church offering life skill to people who want to build a career or people who are seeking an alternative source of income. We will take a short break now and we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Chidi Guago, the pastor of the House that Wisdom Built. At the House of Wisdom Built, we have a two-pronged vision. The first is to take care of people and to tend to them. The second is to enhance their productivity and maximize their resource. In line with our second vision, which is enhancing productivity and maximizing resource, we have introduced a skill acquisition scheme that has run for almost 1 year. Now, the skill acquisition scheme offers a variety of training in different skills. Some of the listings are baking and confectionery, music arts, project management, and video editing. Now, if you come for these trainings, we guarantee that you will learn a skill, and through the use of that skill and its application, your life will be significantly transformed. We have had people who were hitherto employed now becoming employers because they have used the skills, they have grown themselves, and they're employers of labor. We have had some better position themselves for other jobs. I look forward to seeing you so that your own story will be a part of what's happening here. Thank you.
Welcome back to this segment of the Timeless Wisdom of the House of Wisdom Built. We've been speaking with Dr. Chidi, the pastor of the House of Wisdom Built, on the skill acquisition program, an initiative of the church seeking to offer life skill to people who want to start a career or people who are seeking an alternative source of income. If you're just joining us, don't worry, there's still more to come. Now, Doctor, it's been a year since the inception of this program. Would you say it's been achieving its aim?
Yeah, I think so. In all sincerity, I think the scheme has achieved its aim and even exceeded it. We have graduated 4 sets, and from those 4 sets who have graduated, we have praise reports and good reports. People have been better. Some of them have been better positioned for employment. Some of them have started businesses from the skill training that they have obtained. Some are on jobs, but the skill set they have obtained has provided an alternative source of income. So in that regard, we've said we've achieved what we set out to do. And for a host of them, many of them, their attitude to life and their attitude to work and the management of their person has significantly changed. So we can say that we've achieved what we set out to do.
Okay, interesting. If I may ask, what would you say is the involvement of these trainees? By this, I mean, does it just stop at the point that they are trained and they are gone? Or is there a follow-up strategy to ensure that these people make good use of the trainings that they have?
Yes, we have set up a structure and a scheme whereby we're able to follow up with them. However, the response depends on the trainees themselves. What we have done is to try to create a platform where we have reunion services or reunion meetings, so that when they come for those reunion meetings, they share with us their victories, their challenges, the setbacks that they have had, the high points. And so we learn from them, or we use those things to improve on the instruction or the training that we give out to them. And then also we get them to connect with others who have passed through the program, who are in the same skill set, so that they can change notes and exchange ideas. And then also, for some of them who were able to, we help them, one in cash or in kind, to further whatever it is that they are doing. So we have set up that, and we hope to improve and better it with time.
All right, very interesting. Like every endeavor, there are challenges. Would you like to share with us the challenges that you have encountered in the course of having this skill acquisition program?
Interestingly, the other day I was thinking about the challenges that we have had, but the challenges as a ministry has not been with us, because I must say that we have the best crop of people. The instructors have been wonderful. Those who supervise have been great. And so the challenges have not been from the instructors or from our own end. However, I think the challenges we face are from the reception or the way that the trainees receive the instruction. Some of them are lackluster, even with your best efforts. They seem not to be able to be stirred up to push or to, they receive the fire that you're trying to spark up on the inside of them. But a whole lot of them, you know, get beyond that and exceed even your expectation. Because I expect our desires are clear. We want 100% transformation. We want 100% involvement, but you really can't get that. And when we see that, it's frustrating. Some of them are not consistent with the classes. Some of them are not consistent with the things they need for their classes. But there's not much you can do about that. That's not up to us. It's up to them. But as far as I think, that's the major challenge that we face. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything I can readily remember.
No, okay. Another question that comes to mind is, how do you source these trainees? Because the trainers, I mean, obviously you have very trained and professional people who are delivering these trainings to the members of the skill acquisitions.
Well, primarily we have sourced them from members of the church. Those who are trained in different skill sets on different areas, they have volunteered their time and they have offered it. Now, some of them will, for a couple, one or two who are not members of the church, we'll work out an agreement with them or work out an arrangement with them where we pay for their time and then they give the training. Even for some of the members, we'll have such an arrangement where we pay for the time and then, or we'll have some sort of exchange where they offer the service or render the service and then we'll make it up to them. But I must say that the members have been wonderful. Many of them, and most of them, have volunteered this as their own investment in the lives of people and their own acts of kindness toward those who have been trained. And I would thank God for them and thank God for what they are doing. Thank them also for being able to do that.
All right. If you please allow me, can we go back to the issue of funding?
Okay.
You said it's absolutely free. And I
yes.
can just imagine all that. I mean, it's a very capital-intensive program.
Certainly.
How, you know, to pay the training materials, to pay the trainers. I'm just wondering, is the ministry open to external funding? Because you had said it's funded by members of the church and partners. Are you open to external funding? And how, if yes, how can you be reached?
Oh yeah, we're open to external funding. We've had people, one or two people who have listened to us or who have seen what we're doing, indicate interest. Of course, you cannot have too much, and there's nothing that is too small. And so, if people feel that they buy into the program or that they like it, then they can get across to us through the information that they have on the screen. Our numbers are there, our addresses. Get across and then tell us how you can be a blessing. For some, those who have participated in the training have come back to say, okay, this was done at no cost. I want to support others, and they have given us a love gift, or they've supported us with their resources. So we're open to free will gifts or to funding from anybody who believes in what we're doing, and we thank God for them as they do so.
Okay. Now, looking at the skill acquisition program, I see it's not a short-term plan. It's something that is going to keep going.
Yes.
Where do you see the program in the next 5 years?
Oh, that's a good question. So everything God does evolves and grows. This whole skill thing started first as a seminar on skill training, on productivity. It's now it now has an offshoot in the skill acquisition scheme. Well, our short-term goal is to be able to train as many people as we can and then provide support for more people. Right now, the support we give is to a limited number, but we want to be able to support more people in the course of time. So we're looking at being able to fund a microfinance bank, or something along those lines, a finance house that's able to give funds or deploy funds to people, monitor them, manage them, and grow them to such a point where they can establish themselves and their businesses. For us, it's a five-year plan, and then we look forward to being able to do that in the course of time.
All right. It's really very interesting. Our last question would derive from your experience as someone who's been providing employment opportunities to people. You know, when you look through the news, you see it's an increasing trend. Unemployment just keeps increasing. How do you think individuals involved can actually protect themselves from this problem of unemployment?
Well, the unemployment crisis is not a Nigerian problem, and I think that it's important for the viewers to understand that it's not a Nigerian problem; it's a global problem. However, different countries or different nations offer assistance or provide a conducive atmosphere for businesses to thrive to different degrees. However, in Nigeria, what I would advise is this, or what I say is this: to find yourself jobless is not your fault, but to stay jobless is your fault. Wow. So when you come out from school or any place of learning, find yourself useful, find something you can do, find someone you can understudy, find a venture, an interest. There must be something you can give yourself to. And I assure you, as you give yourself over to that skill set or to that body of knowledge, you'll be amazed at what will happen in the course of time. And from there, you make a good source of income and a very profitable one from that. So the unemployment thing, people should not be consumed with it. Rather, they should look inwards, look at things they're interested in and things that they can do, find those who have the skill they want, and attach themselves or offer themselves to those people. And in the course of time, that problem is solved.
Well, if I just borrow your words, you said, it's not your fault that you're unemployed,
Certainly.
But it's your fault that you stay unemployed. This is really very interesting. And this is where we draw the curtains today. We interviewed Dr. Chidi, the pastor of the House of Wisdom Built, on the skill acquisition program, which started in February 2015. It's almost a year now. It's an initiative that offers life skills to people who are seeking a career or people seeking an alternative source of income. I am sure the House of Wisdom Built will be very, very glad to enroll you. Just call the numbers rolling out on your screen. It is absolutely free. Thank you for watching.